Welcome back to the channel Numima Hub, where we uncover the secrets of coins that could turn into a goldmine for collectors. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of top 6. First up, the United States American $1 coin from 1776 to 1976, famously known as the bicentennial Eisenhower dollar. This coin is not just a piece of history, it could be worth a fortune in today's market, and the right one could make you rich overnight. Now, you might be thinking, how can a coin that's not even pure gold or silver be worth thousands? The answer lies in rarity, condition, special minting errors, and collector demand. This particular bicentennial dollar has hidden gems among its variations, and certain rare examples have shocked the market with massive auction prices. The bicentennial dollar was issued in 1975 and 1976 to celebrate America's 200th birthday. Instead of the usual eagle reverse, the coin featured a special design by Dennis R. Williams, a depiction of the Liberty Bell superimposed on the moon. The obverse still bore President Dwight D. Eisenhower's portrait, but with a dual date, 1776 to 1976. This dual-dated dollar was never produced with just the year 1975 or 1976 alone. It always carried both years to honor the country's by. Millions were struck, but only a small percentage came out in special compositions, rare errors, or exceptional conditions that command sky-high prices today. The U.S. Mint produced these coins in both copper nickel-clad and 40% silver-clad versions. The silver versions were mostly struck for collectors and sold in special packaging, making them more valuable right from the start. In today's market, the most expensive 7761976 $1 coins are the rarest varieties, especially those with special mint errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and wrong planchette strikes. Some of these have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. Condition is another huge factor. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in perfect mint, state 67 or proof 70, condition can reach astronomical prices, as pristine examples are extremely hard to find. The silver-clad proof versions minted in San Francisco with the S mint mark are particularly sought after. If yours is a deep cameo proof in flawless condition, you might be looking at several $1,000s in value. One of the most famous high-value examples is a rare 1976 Eisenhower dollar struck on a silver planchette, intended for a different coin. Such an error can make your coin worth over $30,000 in the right auction. Another big money variation is the Type 1 versus Type 2 reverse. Type 1 has a bolder, blockier font on United States of America, while Type 2 features a thinner, more elegant lettering. Certain mint and type combinations are far rarer and thus worth significantly more. In recent years, auction records have proven the power of this coin's rarity. A 1776 to 1976 silver-clad proof Eisenhower dollar graded PR70 deep cameo sold for over such a dollar is despite millions of similar coins existing. Its perfect grade made all the difference. Another example is an error coin from the Philadelphia Mint that sold for over $15,000 due to being struck on the wrong metal blank. This shows how even modern coins can rival the values of some ancient Shishgrade mint state business strike coins can also bring surprising prices. A regular copper nickel-clad 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower dollar in MS67 has sold for $3,000 to $5,000 simply due to its immaculate surfaces. Collectors are willing to pay big money because they know the supply of these rare condition coins will never increase. Once they are locked into private collections, they're off the market for decades, driving prices even higher. To see if your bicentennial dollar might be valuable, start by checking the mint mark S for San Francisco, D for Denver, and no mint mark for Philadelphia. Then, inspect the condition under good lighting and magnification. If your coin appears flawless, consider professional grading. A small investment in grading fees could reveal that you have a multi-$1,000 treasure in your hands. Look for signs of silver content. Silver-clad coins have a brighter, whiter edge compared to the brownish copper core visible on clad coins. Weighing the coin can also confirm silver content. Silver versions are slightly heavier. The 1776 to 1976 bicentennial Eisenhower dollar isn't rare in general, but rare variations and perfect condition examples can be life-changing finds. This is why it's important to check every coin carefully. Your next paycheck could be hiding in plain sight in your coin jar. So, whether you inherited a collection, found one in change, or bought a few from a flea market, don't underestimate the bicentennial dollar. With the right features, it's a ticket to overnight riches in today's booming coin market. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this potential jackpot coin, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden treasures in your pocket change. Who knows, the next coin we talk about could be sitting in your collection right now, waiting to make you rich. Next up, have you ever come across a 1971 United States $1 coin and thought, it's just a regular coin? Well, think again. This seemingly ordinary piece of metal could be your golden ticket to big money. Yes, we're talking about the 1971 Eisenhower dollar, a coin that might be sitting in your pocket change or coin jar right now. But some rare versions of this coin can make you rich overnight. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar was the first $1 coin issued by the U.S. Mint since the peace dollar in 1935. It was created to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower and also to commemorate the Apollo 11 moon landing, making it historically significant. Most 1971 Eisenhower dollars are made of copper nickel and were not intended to be collectible. However, certain versions, especially the silver-clad coins struck in San Francisco, are extremely desirable to collectors. But that's not where the real money lies. The coin was minted in 3 primary locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The Philadelphia 1971 Ike dollar is the most common, but condition and special errors can make it incredibly valuable now. Here's where it gets exciting. If your 1971 dollar coin has no mint mark and looks slightly different in weight or luster, you might be holding a rare error coin or an experimental planchette strike. These are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Collectors go absolutely crazy for high-grade 1971 Eisenhower dollars. Certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC, a regular 1971 Ike in your change might be worth $1. But a perfect grade MS67 or above, that could be worth $3,000 to $8,000, depending on the condition. Let's not forget the holy grail of 1971 Eisenhower dollars, the prototype or trial strike coins. These rare few were made from leftover silver planchettes or with different dies. One such prototype sold for $264,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right. Some rare 1971 is silver-proof dollars, struck with a mirror-like finish, can fetch upwards of $10,000 if graded PR70 deep cameo, the highest possible grade in proof coin collecting. Errors are where collectors go wild. Doubled, dies off, strikes, and transitional errors such as coins struck on leftover 40% silver blanks can fetch anywhere from $500 to $5,000 based on rarity and demand. The weight of the coin can also be a giveaway. Standard copper nickel-clad coins weigh 22.68 grams, while the rare silver versions weigh 24.59 grams. Always weigh your $1,971. A few extra grams could mean a few extra $1,000. But don't just go by weight, check for the edge. Silver coins will have a clean, smooth edge with a consistent color. Copper nickel coins show a distinct copper stripe on the edge. That tiny detail can mean a massive difference in value. Grading is everything. A 1971 Eisenhower dollar in poor condition may only be worth face value, but in mint state, especially MS66 or higher, the value increases drastically. Only a small number of these coins survive in such pristine condition. The San Francisco Mint also produced 40% silver uncirculated and proof versions. These coins were sold directly to collectors in special government-issued packaging. Still sealed, versions can be worth hundreds if untouched and properly stored. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins with unique characteristics like frosted details, ultra-deep mirrors, or strong strikes. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar offers all those possibilities if you look closely. Did you know that some of these coins were mistakenly struck on planchettes meant for other coins, like the Susan B. Anthony dollar or even foreign currency? These mint errors are extremely rare and can bring $10,000 or more at auction. One collector struck gold when they found a 1971 Eisenhower dollar with a dramatic double die reverse. The lettering and images appeared twice on the same side of the coin. That rare piece sold for over $12,000 in a bidding war. Be aware of fakes. With so much value at stake, counterfeiters often try to replicate rare versions. Always have your coin authenticated by a professional grading service before trying to sell it. So, where can you sell such coins? Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are great options. Even eBay has become a hotspot for rare coin sales, but only for certified and authenticated coins. Paragraph 1. If you find a $1,971 coin that seems unique, whether by weight, mint, mark, shine, or error, don't dismiss it. You could be holding something worth thousands and potentially life-changing money. The demand for high-quality 1971 Eisenhower dollars is only increasing. With more collectors entering the hobby and fewer high-grade coins available, prices continue to climb each year. This is your chance to cash in on that forgotten coin lying in your drawer. So, don't overlook your change. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar may just be your ticket to overnight riches. Get your coin checked, get it graded, and you might be the next lucky collector to strike it big with just one single dollar. Next up, today's video is all about a coin that might just be hiding in your collection, forgotten in a drawer, or tucked away in an old coin folder. The 1972's Eisenhower dollar. This United States $1 coin could be worth serious money in today's collector market, and some rare examples have sold for jaw-dropping amounts that could change your life overnight. The Eisenhower dollar series ran from 1971 to 1978, and among these, the 1972S stands out, especially certain proof and silver versions. While the coin was never made with the same precious metal content as older silver dollars like the Morgan or Peace dollars, Special strikes from the San Francisco Mint in 1972 featured 40% silver content and astonishing quality, making them prime targets for collectors. Let's start with the basics. The 1972's Eisenhower dollar was minted in San Francisco and came in two varieties: the 40% silver proof and the 40% silver uncirculated version. These were not released for general circulation but were instead produced for collectors through special mint sets. That's one reason why many people never encountered them in their everyday pocket change. Now here's where things get exciting. While millions were minted over 2.6 million proof versions and around 2.2 million uncirculated versions, not all of them are created equal. The value skyrockets for coins in pristine condition, especially those graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC at the top levels of MS69, PR69 DCAM, or even the nearly perfect PR70. In today's market, a high-grade 1972 Eisenhower silver dollar proof with a PR70 deep cameo DCAM designation can fetch upwards of $3,000 to $5,000, depending on the demand and rarity of that specific strike. Imagine having just one coin in a box that could pay off a credit card or go towards a vacation. For the uncirculated version of the 1972's Ike dollar, things can get just as thrilling. These coins, when preserved in untouched mint condition, can command between $1,000 and $3,500, especially if they grade at the elusive MS69 level. Lower grades, like MS65 or MS66, still bring in strong prices between $50 to $250. What makes the 1972 especially valuable is a combination of limited, high-grade availability and collector interest in early Eisenhower silver coins. Proof coins, with strong cameo contrast, meaning frosted features and mirror-like fields, are especially hot in the market. But here's a twist. There are also rare varieties and errors tied to the 1972 series. While most of these were carefully struck, some planchette issues, die polish lines, or minor double dies have been discovered. These rare varieties often slip past casual collectors but can dramatically increase a coin's value. A known error that can raise value is the presence of strike-throughs or weak strikes on the proof coins. When these flaws occur on a coin that's otherwise in perfect condition, the rarity and uniqueness can make it highly desirable among error collectors, sometimes pushing prices up to $1,500 or more. Another factor that boosts this coin's value is its silver content. Composed of 40% silver, the coin's melt value alone adds base worth. As of today, with silver trading around $30 an ounce, the melt value sits around $7 to $8, but numismatic premiums make it worth far more. Collectors love the 1972s not just for its rarity but also for its beauty. The design features President Dwight D. Eisenhower on the obverse and the Apollo 11 mission insignia on the reverse, a tribute to American history and space exploration. It's a coin that combines patriotism, history, and investment potential in one. If you happen to own a 1972's Eisenhower dollar, the first step is to check the condition. Coins that have never been handled, still sealed in their original government packaging, are especially desirable. Look for sharp details, no scratches, and clean surfaces. Next, consider sending your coin to be professionally graded. Top-tier grading from PCGS or NGC could make the difference between a $20 coin and a $5,000 coin. Collectors and investors are willing to pay a premium for coins with verified grades and encapsulated protection. The demand for Eisenhower dollars has grown rapidly in recent years. Once overlooked, these coins have gained popularity among younger collectors and silver investors. This renewed interest means prices are climbing, especially for high-grade examples from key years like 1972. If you're buying a 1972's Eisenhower dollar, be cautious. There are many circulated clad versions from other mints like Philadelphia and Denver that look similar but don't carry the same value. Always check the mint mark and weight. The silver versions weigh more, around 24.6 grams versus 22.7 grams for clad coins. And here's a hot tip. Look for original government packaging, such as the blue envelope for uncirculated coins or the brown box for proof coins. These add authenticity and collective value, especially if the coin is untouched and includes the original certificate. Online auctions have revealed just how high these coins can go. One 1972's Eisenhower dollar in PR70 deep cameo sold for a shocking $6,900 at auction. Others routinely sell for $1,000 or more, depending on their grade and eye appeal. These aren't just collector's items, they're hidden treasures. Even if your coin isn't a top-grade example, it could still fetch a nice return. Many average-proof versions in PR65 or PR66 sell for $15 to $50, while uncirculated versions in MS65 range around $25 to $100. That's still a solid value for a coin that many people overlook. So before you spend or sell off that shiny dollar coin you found in an old jar, take a closer look. It might be one of the high-grade or rare variety 1972's Eisenhower dollars that could make you thousands of dollars richer. These coins are out there, waiting to be discovered. Next up are you holding on to a 1974 US Eisenhower dollar coin and thinking it's just pocket change. Think again. That $1 might just be your golden ticket to a fortune. In today's video, we're diving into the world of rare and valuable 1974 Eisenhower dollars that are worth big money, potentially thousands of dollars. Get ready to be amazed as we uncover why this coin is turning heads in today's market. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar coin, named after the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower, was part of a series minted from 1971 to 1978. These coins are larger than modern dollars and were the last US dollar coins intended for general circulation that didn't use precious metals in the base version. But what makes the 1974 issue so special? Keep watching. While millions of these coins were minted, not all of them are created equal. Some 1974 Ike dollars, especially those in pristine condition, rare variations, or unique strikes are catching the attention of collectors, dealers, and auction houses. The price tag on some of these can blow your mind. To understand its value, we first need to look at the three main types of 1974 Ike dollars: the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the Denver Mint marked with a D, and the San Francisco Mint marked with an S. Each of these can carry a different value, especially depending on their finish, circulated, uncirculated, or proof. Let's begin with the 1974 Philadelphia Eisenhower dollar, the one with no mint mark. Around 27 million of these were minted. While that sounds like a lot, very few survive today in pristine, high-grade condition. A standard circulated example might only fetch $1 to $2, but in MS67 grade, you're looking at $1,000 or more at auction. What about the 1974 D Eisenhower dollar? These were minted in Denver and are slightly more common than their Philadelphia counterparts, with over 45 million made. Again, common circulated examples aren't worth much. But when graded MS67 or higher, collectors are willing to pay hundreds and, sometimes more. The real treasures, however, lie in the 1974 S Eisenhower dollars. These were produced in both uncirculated 40% silver and proof 40% silver versions. That's right, some of these coins are partially made of silver, and that alone boosts their base value. If you have one, especially in original packaging or certified by a grading company, you could be sitting on a small fortune. A 1974 S 40% silver uncirculated Eisenhower dollar in top condition MS69 can easily command over $2,000 at auction. Even a more modest MS67 example can go for $100, $300 depending on eye appeal and toning. The key here is condition. The shinier, the better. Now let's talk proof specifically. The 1974 Res Silver Proof Eisenhower dollar. These were sold to collectors in special sets and are some of the most beautifully struck coins of the era. When graded PR69 or PR70 Deep Cameo DCAM, these coins can skyrocket in value, some fetching over $3,000. There's also buzz around errors and varieties. These are where the money really starts rolling in. If you have a 1974 Ike dollar with a double die obverse DDO or a double die reverse DDR, you might be looking at $5,000 or more, especially if the error is prominent and the coin is graded high. Another ultra-rare error is the off-center strike or clipped planche. These striking errors make the coin appear incomplete or oddly shaped, depending on severity and condition. These types of errors on a 1974 Eisenhower dollar can command anywhere between $500 and $2,500, but the rarest of all, a few prototype strike 1974 Eisenhower dollars exist. These coins were struck before final dies were approved and may show unique design differences or proof-like surfaces. When found and authenticated, they can sell for over $10,000. One specific 1974S silver Eisenhower dollar graded PR70 Deep Cameo by PCGS sold for over $8,500 at auction. Why? Perfection. Coins graded PR70 are flawless under 5x magnification, and collectors pay a premium for that level of perfection. If you're holding on to a 1974 Ike dollar, it's time to inspect it. Look closely at the fields, the lettering, the edge, and the luster. Is there any doubling? Is it in mint condition? You could be looking at a valuable rarity hiding in plain sight. And don't forget about grading. Having your coin graded by a top-tier grading service like PCGs or NGC can significantly increase its value. A raw coin might fetch $10, but a graded version could sell for $1,000 plus, depending on the grade and rarity. Be cautious of fakes and counterfeits. With values so high, it's no surprise some people try to create look-alikes. Always have rare coins authenticated by a professional before you attempt to sell or insure them. Many people have found valuable coins in old boxes, coin jars, or inherited collections. So before you spend that $1,974 or toss it aside, get it checked. It could be your ticket to an unexpected payday. Coin shows, local coin dealers, and online marketplaces like eBay and heritage auctions are great places to compare your coin. Watch for listings that show high auction prices for similar coins in top condition. What makes these coins exciting is the mix of history, rarity, and potential value. The Eisenhower dollar honors a president, went to the moon, featured on the reverse with the Apollo 11 insignia, and now might just change your life if you own the right one. So don't let that dollar coin sit forgotten in a drawer. Whether it's a high-grade Philadelphia mint, a 40% silver San Francisco proof, or a dramatic mint era, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar is one of the most surprising hidden gems in American coin collecting. Next up, today's episode could change your life literally. We're diving deep into the 1977 United States $1 coin, a coin that may look ordinary to most people but could secretly be worth thousands, yes, even tens of thousands. You have the right one. In this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about this mysterious coin, why some versions are so rare, and how you might already have a fortune sitting in your pocket. The 1977 $1 coin, also known as the Eisenhower dollar, was the second to last year of this large-sized dollar series. It features President Dwight D. Eisenhower on the obverse and a magnificent image of an eagle landing on the moon on the reverse. But don't let its simple design fool you. Within certain mint varieties, eras, and conditions, this coin can bring in jaw-dropping amounts at auction. Let's start with the basics. In 1977, the U.S. Mint struck Eisenhower dollars at 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark, primarily for proof coins. While the vast majority of these coins were minted for circulation, some rare examples were made with special characteristics that make them extremely valuable today. Now, here's where things get interesting. A typical 1977 Eisenhower dollar in circulated condition is worth about $1, maybe a bit more to a casual collector. However, uncirculated examples graded by professional services, like PCGs or NGC, can fetch $10 to $30 depending on condition. But that's just the start. When you get into higher grade coins, the price skyrockets. A 1977 Eisenhower dollar graded MS67, meaning it's nearly flawless, can bring in $1,000 to $3,000 or more. Why so much? Because high-grade Ikes from this years are incredibly hard to find. Most were used in daily commerce and suffered scratches and nicks. Finding one in pristine condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. And that's not even the most exciting part. Some 1977 Eisenhower dollars contain rare errors or varieties that make them worth serious money. We're talking thousands of dollars for a single coin. These rare errors occur during the minting process and are prized by collectors around the world. One such variety is the off-center strike. These coins are misaligned during the minting process, causing the design to be printed off to one side. Depending on the degree of the off-center strike, these coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands, especially if the date is still clearly visible. Another valuable error to look out for is the double die variety. This error occurs when the die strikes the coin twice, creating a doubling effect on the letters or numbers. A double die obverse or reverse on a 1977 Ike dollar can command huge premiums, sometimes over $5,000 if graded highly. Then there's the wrong planche error. This happens when a coin is accidentally struck on a blank meant for another denomination, like a quarter or a foreign coin. A 1977 Eisenhower dollar struck on a wrong planchette is extremely rare and can sell for as much as $10,000 depending on its uniqueness and condition. Let's not forget about the proof coins minted in San Francisco. These were never meant for circulation and were carefully crafted for collectors. A deep cameo 1977 S proof Eisenhower dollar in flawless PR70 condition can sell for upwards of $7,500, especially if it's one of the first strikes. A big part of determining your coin's value depends on its grading. Coins are graded from 1 to 70 on the Sheldon scale, with 70 being a perfect specimen. Coins graded MS65 and above start to enter the valuable territory, and MS67 or MS68 are where the big money begins. So how do you get your coin graded? You can send it to reputable grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company. They'll professionally evaluate your coin, encapsulate it in a secure holder, and assign it a grade, adding massive credibility and value. Another thing that affects value is strike type. Some 1977 Eisenhower dollars were struck with extra force or care, producing a full strike coin where every detail is crisp. These are much more desirable and valuable than weakly struck coins where design elements are faded. The market for these coins has been growing steadily. Collectors have begun to realize just how scarce high-grade Eisenhower dollars really are. In fact, a record was set when a 1977 D Eisenhower dollar in MS67 condition sold for a staggering $7,050 at auction. Imagine finding a coin like that in your old change jar or at a flea market for just $1. That's the kind of discovery that keeps coin collectors hunting and hoping. And yes, it does happen more often than you'd think. You could be the next person to strike it rich. But here's a tip. Always check your coins under a magnifier. Look closely for any doubling, unusual edges, incorrect metal colors, or off-center designs. These signs could indicate a valuable error, and potentially a life-changing payday. Don't ignore the coin's luster either. Bright, Original mint luster without any toning or discoloration adds major appeal. Collectors pay a premium for coins that look like they were struck yesterday, especially when combined with other rare features. Storage is important too. If you do find a valuable 1977 Eisenhower dollar, don't clean it. Cleaning can ruin the surface and reduce the coin's value by thousands. Instead, store it safely in a holder or flip and consider getting it professionally graded. Now's the time to start checking your drawers, old boxers, and even bankrolls. The 1977 $1 coin may not be silver, but that doesn't stop it from being a golden opportunity. With the right combination of rarity, grade, and era, you could be sitting on a coin worth thousands even if it only says $1. So before you spend that bulky coin or toss it aside, give it a second look. That old 1977 Eisenhower dollar might just be your golden ticket to financial freedom. Next up, have a 1978 $1 coin lying around in your drawers. Don't spend it just yet. That old coin could be worth a fortune, and today, we're diving deep into the secrets behind the most expensive and valuable 1978 US $1 coin that could make you rich overnight. Stay tuned because the worth of this coin might just change your life. The 1978 $1 coin, often referred to as the Eisenhower dollar, was the last year this iconic design was minted. Named after President Dwight D. Eisenhower, this coin holds a special place in American numismatic history. But what makes this particular year so special? You're about to find out. The standard 1978 Eisenhower dollar was minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver D, in San Francisco S. The San Francisco Mint also struck proof versions, which were sold to collectors. However, some rare varieties and errors from this year have fetched sky-high prices at auctions, making them worth far more than their face value. Let's first talk about the 1978 S-proof Eisenhower dollar. These coins were struck with high-quality dies on specially prepared planchettes. While common proofs might sell for $5 to $10, a flawless PR70 deep cameo example graded by PCGS or NGC can command hundreds, even over $1.500 in pristine condition. But the big money lies in error coins and high-grade uncirculated business strikes. Imagine owning a coin struck on the wrong planchette, or one with a double die obverse. These kinds of errors can turn an ordinary dollar into a four-figure payday. One example is the 1978 D Eisenhower dollar with striking errors. A few coins were found with clipped planchettes, off-center strikes, or broad strikes without reading. These errors are extremely valuable, with some pieces selling for $500 to $2,000, depending on the severity and condition. The Philadelphia minted 1978 Eisenhower dollar, with no mint mark, is also highly collectible in MS-67 or higher grades. Most coins from this issue were poorly struck, so finding one in perfect condition is rare. An MS-67 graded coin has sold for over $2,500 at major auctions. Let's not forget about the full strike details. Coins with bold eagles, clean fields, and strong features are premium examples that collectors hunt down. A 1978 Ike dollar with perfect luster, minimal contact marks, and strong eye appeal could easily fetch $1,000 or more. One particular 1978 D Eisenhower dollar graded Ms. 67 Plus by PCGS sold for $3,500 due to its pristine surface and excellent strike. It's one of the finest examples known, and collectors were ready to pay top dollar for a terror. Collectors go crazy for the wrong planchette errors. There are reports of 1978 dollars mistakenly struck on Susan B. Anthony dollar planchettes weighing less than normal. These rare mistakes are so desirable, some have sold for $5,000 to $7,500 at auction. A jaw-dropping find was a double denomination error 1978 Eisenhower dollar struck over a previously minted coin. These extreme rarities can sell for over $10,000. If authenticated and graded by top-tier services like PCGs or NGC. If you have a $1,978 that looks off in any way, whether it's lighter, missing design elements, or oddly shaped, don't spend it. You might be holding a valuable mint error without even realizing it. Always check for die varieties, especially doubled dies. A $1,978 with a noticeable doubling on the date or lettering could bring in serious cash, sometimes $1,000 or more, depending on visibility and grade. To get top value, coins must be graded by a professional service. Look for PCGs and GC or Annex. Slabbed coins offer authentication and can boost market confidence when selling to collectors. The coin market in 2025 is hotter than ever. With inflation rising and precious metals gaining popularity, many investors are turning to rare coins like the $1,978 for both collecting and investment purposes. Of it, rolls of uncirculated 1978 dollars are being opened today in hopes of finding a gem-quality coin. Some dealers are paying big premiums for untouched rolls from original bankrupt stock. Social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram have also played a huge role in skyrocketing demand for rare Eisenhower dollars. Coins that once went unnoticed are now going viral, and their value is increasing with every post. One collector recently sold a set of high-grade Eisenhower dollars including a 1978 Ms. 6.8 for $10,000 total. The right coin, in the right grade, with the right buyer, can absolutely make you rich overnight. Make sure to use tools like a digital scale and magnifying glass. Check for the correct weight, 22.68 grams, and look for reading errors, missing layers, or anything unusual. Every detail counts when you're hunting treasure. So, if you've got a 1978 Eisenhower dollar, don't overlook it. Examine it closely, get it appraised, and consider professional grading. What looks like ordinary pocket change today could be tomorrow's golden ticket. That's the incredible story of the 1978 $1 coin, a piece of American history that might just turn you into a coin millionaire. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more jaw-dropping coin stories that could change your fortune overnight. Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your change.